Have Mr. Chiranjeebi Tiwari, UNICEF Nigeria Climate Change and WASH Manager in the studio. But first, we'll join our reporter Nkoli, who is on the streets of Abuja, to let us know what's going down on the streets of Abuja for World Environment Day. Hello, Nkoli. Kindly tell us what's happening on the streets of Abuja.
Yes, indeed. We are on the streets of Abuja and it is World Environment Day. If you see behind me, you will see young, vibrant Nigerians who are carrying placards with different inscriptions. Here you have awareness walk in commemoration of the World Environment Day 2025. Now, what is happening here today is happening everywhere around the world because today, June 5, is actually the World Day of creating awareness on pressing environmental issues. It was instituted by the UN and everyone is keying into this to create awareness on environmental issues. Now every year, the UN chooses a topic which everyone keys into. And for this 2025, it is Beat Plastic Pollution, actually waging war against plastic pollution to deal with the devastating impact of plastic pollution. And if you do know that plastics are non-biodegradable, what this means is that when you have plastics littered on the streets, they clog the drainage channels, they find their ways into the ocean and are ingested by aquatic animals and even the seafood that you and I consume. And when you eat this seafood that consume these microplastics because they do not just degrade, they just break into pieces that we refer to microplastics and they ingest them. And beyond that, they also cause the flooding that you see everywhere around the world and even in Nigeria. So it is a big problem and that is why this awareness is being created today. So, but I have with me the Executive Director of Age Green Campaign Initiative, Engineer Simeon Odo, who will be telling us exactly what today is all about and why this work has been put together. Of course, we walked for almost how many kilometers? I can't even
honestly.
put it in kilometers. And I did walk too.
Yeah.
It will seem as if it's not just about environmental movement, it's also about health work
Of course.
Okay, so tell us why this work is happening here today.
Okay, thank you very much. It's just like you rightly stated. We are doing the awareness work in commemoration of World Environmental Day 2025, just like you stated. And then the focus of this year, World Environmental Day, is on war against plastic pollution with hashtag Beat Plastic Pollution. So that's the essence of this work. We are here to send our voice and to help to create enough awareness. Of course, to educate the members of the public on the challenge that is associated with plastic pollution. And just like you rightly stated, it's quite enormous. And then this plastic pollution or plastic that we've carelessly throw on our streets, okay, that are find their way into the water bodies, the oceans, of course, somehow find their way back to our body, and then it's a big health challenge. And today, we are here to inform Nigerians the essence of rising together to fight against plastic pollution.
So much has been talked about the devastating impact of plastic on the environment and even on health. So tell us exactly, because people don't seem to understand what this is all about. What should government and individuals be doing on a day like this and even every day of their life to reduce plastic pollution on our environment?
Okay, first of all, the members of the public need to be aware of the challenges, okay, associated with plastic pollution. They need to know that plastic pollution has a ripple effect on our human body, and they need to know the rules they need to play. Our government have a role to play in terms of intervention on the policy, on the regulation and enforcement. As an individual also have a major role to play. Of course, starting from little of getting to understand what plastic pollution, the effect on human body, and to see the roles they need to play, particularly on the area of reducing the plastic or reuse of the plastic and recycle of the plastic.
Okay. So you've heard from Mr. Leo there, Engineer Leo. So that is how it is, an awareness campaign, and this is happening everywhere around the world to actually get people conscious and inspire people to take actions that can bring sustainable environment. for the future generation, because we have only one planet, and the moment we protect the planet, the world is better for it. Thank you so much, and over to you, Chooks, in the studio.
All right, thank you, Nkoli. And back here in the studio, we have Mr. Chiranjeebi Tiwari, as I mentioned earlier, UNICEF Nigeria Climate Change